Today is Monday, September the 5th, Labor Day, and today Hillary Clinton had yet another set of coughing fits. Not once, but twice in the same day. Now, the two coughing fits happened. One was on the plane, and the other was at the actual event. She had a campaign rally in Cleveland. Now, she was trying to be cute and trying to blame the coughing fits on Donald Trump, giving her an allergy anytime that he was mentioned. And then her reps came out with an official statement talking about, oh, it was the allergies. But I'll get into that a little bit later. What I want to do right now is play both of the coughing fits for you in their entirety. As far as the clips that I have, I'll play you all of the clips that I have, all the full length, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. So go ahead and roll it.
Hey, Cleveland! Happy Labor Day. When we were trying to figure out where we could be, we all said, let's go to Cleveland. And I want to thank Congresswoman Marcia Fudge for hosting us. I've been talking so every time I think about Trump, I get allergic. Boy, we have 63 days to go. Well, thank you. Whoa. Well, you just heard the next vice president, didn't you? In addition to thanking Marcia Fudge, I also thank your great Senator Sherrod Brown. Also, excuse me. Also, two other great members of Congress, Tim Ryan and Joyce Beatty. And your mayor, thanks to Mayor Jackson. And I hope that Ohio will send Ted Strickland to the Senate. Now, behind me are some of the great labor leaders of our country. Randy Weingarten, Lee Saunders, Rich Trumka. I'm proud to be on the same stage with them because they're always fighting for working families. Now, once I get over my allergic reaction, let me say that we're here in part because we know how important this election is to Ohio. It's not just, as Tim said, that Ohio is one of those battleground states you hear about every 4 years. It's that Ohio represents everything that's great about America and all of the challenges and the opportunities that we face. That's why this election is critical to every person in this state. And what I want to emphasize is I know we can't face our problems alone. We have to work together. We believe we are stronger together.
I think it's quite intriguing that this activity has happened around the time Trump became the nominee. And look, he very early on allied himself with Putin's policies. I mean, to pull out of NATO, for goodness sakes, right? And he, furthermore, has praised Putin. He seems to have this bizarre attraction to dictators, including Putin. He won't tell us where he owes $650 million. There's a lot of rumors about that. And he has, made it clear that he doesn't particularly care whether Putin and the intelligence services attack American institutions. So, you got some water? Yep. Thank you. Thanks. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Well, that was Hillary Clinton, her press conference there aboard her new campaign plane, interrupted.
Okay, so you see what's going on there. You see how she's having just crazy coughing fits. I mean, this ain't the first time. Her team is trying to come up with excuses, talking about, oh, it was the pollen in the area. Pollen? We're almost into fall. What happens when Hillary Clinton has a coughing fit during a debate? Or into October? I mean, at a certain point, how are we going to just avoid the fact that she's sick? Something is wrong. I mean, she said that she forgot something about the emails because of her concussion she had a few years ago. So you got the concussion symptoms still going on. According to her own, this is her saying this, admitting that she's having illness because of the concussion symptoms. And we also had a situation with the constant coughing fits. This coughing fit was not the first one. I mentioned the coughing fit situation in my last video about Trump going to Detroit. Because that's probably why she is not anywhere to be seen. And that video, I said that she's never anywhere. You never see her on the campaign trail. You never see her really going anywhere. You pretty much just see her in real controlled environments, and you don't see that much of her. And I think the reason why is because she's sick. These coughing fits are not just happening occasionally, once in a blue moon. It's all the time. I think even during her coronation speech at the DNC, she was having the coughing fit. I mean, the coughing fit was coming, but she kept she kept doing that to try and stave it off. But it was coming. I was waiting on it. I was at the edge of my seat, popcorn popping, go ahead and have the coughing fit. I was waiting on it. Luckily for her, God was on her side that day and did not allow her to have a coughing fit, but maybe he's going to allow her to have the coughing fit on the stage at the first debate. I mean, I can't wait. When the first debate happens between her and Trump, I mean, that's going to be front row center. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to have my camera phone recording it, waiting on the coughing fit, because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm not trying to make light of somebody that's ill or whatever. If she's really ill, I'm not trying to make light of her illness, because I don't think it's fun to make fun of anybody's illness. But at the same time, if she's ill, then she has no business trying to run for president. I mean, whatever the illness is, she needs to get that remedied and not even worry about trying to become the president. She's elderly. She's almost 70 years old. Trump was older than her, but has not had any kind of coughing fits like this. He appears to be in good health with high energy. Can you imagine if Trump was to have these constant coughing fits like Hillary? The only reason why Hillary does not get so much scrutiny about her coughing fits is because she's a liberal and she's down with the cause, down with Black Lives Matter, down with the New World Order, down with the North American Union, down with going into Iran and Iraq and Syria and everywhere else. She's down with it. She's a neoconservative, and she's tapping along to the tune of the global puppets, the global masters, right? They have her as a puppet for their whole scheme. So whatever she does is not really going to get a lot of attention negatively. But if Trump does anything, any little thing, I mean, eating chicken on a plane, he gets criticized for that. Can you imagine if he was to have coughing fits every few weeks, every few days, and not have a lot of press conferences? When was the last time Hillary had a full-on press conference? Can you imagine if Donald Trump was to be in the middle of the interview on his plane with Fox News, CBS, MSNBC, NBC, and just cut it from having a coughing fit? I mean, come on. And then the people, the guy, the poor pundit guy, he probably has orders from his boss to not say anything about it. I mean, how do you really just go back to normal and act like you didn't just see the presidential candidate for the Democrat Party just completely fall apart during an impromptu interview on a plane? If that's happening, how are you going to be able to go to the G series meetings and meet with people? I mean, how are you going to do that? We see what's going on with Obama over there in the G series meetings, but I ain't even going to talk about that. I have that for a different video. But what I'm saying is, being the president is a very serious job. You get a lot of scrutiny on you. So if you can't even handle just basic little campaign rallies with 100 people or whatever kind of crowd you have, the few people that are interested in your campaign, Hillary Clinton, if you can't handle that, then how are you going to handle actually being the president? You can't just lay in bed all day and popping the cough drops. You actually got to get out there in the mud and get down and dirty and do some work. You can't just, you can't be grandma in the White House. So that's all I got to say. You know, Hillary Clinton, your coughing fits are getting to be ridiculous. If it was anybody else, any other presidential candidate, especially if it was a conservative and or a Republican, it would not be ignored the way it's being ignored right now. The mainstream media is on Hillary Clinton's side. They want her to win at whatever the cost may be. I mean, you got people from the Republican Party switching. You know, in my humble opinion, I think they've been liberal from the start. They're just Republican in disguise, or rhino, whatever you want to call them, Republican in name only. I think they're just revealing themselves now because they realize that their global interests may not be able to be fulfilled with Donald Trump in office. So they got to get with the globalist puppet and one Miss Hillary Rotten Clinton. But that's all I got to say about it. What say you? Do you think that she's sick? Something is wrong? Something is amiss? Something is awry? She's having health issues. I think that's what's going on. But do you agree with that? And if you do agree, then what should be done? She should drop out, go get checked out, or just release the medical records. I think Ben Carson called for that. He's saying, hey, you know, Trump and Hillary are both elderly, so go ahead and release the medical records for both of them. I like to see what's going on. I think that's a fair question, a fair query to make. Why not just release both of the medical records so we can see what's going on, especially with Hillary? I've not seen anything from Trump that would make me think that he has a medical issue, but Hillary, I mean, good grief. I mean, you got her falling down. You got her talking about her own concussion symptoms as a reason why she was not able to do something that is very important to the United States. And you have her having these constant coughing fits. Something is wrong. But do you think this is a right-wing conspiracy theory about Hillary Clinton having health issues like she has mentioned and like other liberals have mentioned? If that's what you think, then how can you really convince me that that's so? How can you convince me that it's a right-wing conspiracy theory and not just what's going on? Because we've seen video after video after video of her coughing and hacking, you know, clearing the throat all the time. What's going on? That's not normal. You could say, oh, what, we talk a lot. Okay, well, so did all the other candidates for the president. You know, everybody, Ben Carson, Rand Paul, Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, even on your side, you know, Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders is older than everybody. Bernie not only talks a lot, but he was yelling.
One of us has given speeches on Wall Street for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I kind of think if you get paid a couple of $100,000 for a speech, must be a great speech. I think we should release it and let the American people see what that transcript was.
And I never seen Bernie Sanders cough one time. Bernie Sanders has a decibel level that's beyond the airplane when he speaks, but I've not ever seen him have a coughing fit. He's 74 years old. So at a certain point, you can blame the age, but you can't blame the age because Trump is older than Hillary and Bernie is way older than both Trump and Hillary, but they had no coughing fits. So something is wrong. But if you think it's a conspiracy theory, I mean, give me some evidence to the contrary to what I presented before you today. That's all I got to say for this video. Whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. That's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.